An Ode to Portland. Portland has been my home for 7 years now. I've grown used to the cracked asphalt, tiny street signs, constant greenery which encroaches on everything man-made. If sped up, the whole affair would look like an outright war between man and nature. For now, the battle is won by man, but nature has time on its side. The city used to be known as the place where millennials retired. Now everyone just assumes it's a barren panorama of ash and bone, an elephant graveyard full of cackling hyenas. And they aren't far off. Portland's soul is a crusty old man, a boomer hippie sitting naked on a dilapidated porch playing a didgeridoo. The city is layered in a slime of graffiti, sprinkled like a voodoo donut with rusted vehicles, candy wrappers, old tires, and wet blankets. Though it is beautiful in spring, when trees are as bright and colorful as Willy Wonka's candy factory, weighed down by lollipop-like flowers. Birds sing in the early morning, the sun is a warm, happy glow in the mostly cloudless sky. The city sits on the river, up the hill, emerald-like, Wizard of Oz-like. Portland is a blast of grungy, spiteful energy, but also raw, exposed, surreal. Portland is weird. It mostly feels the same, like a wet, flea-covered old dog. But I'm still kind of in love with its weirdness. Its brazen, not giving a flying frick what the world thinks of it, its attitude. The city has tried to absorb me, consume me into its own fabric of stories. Portland takes you and twists you up, dirties you up. It's good that way. It rains all the time here in winter, so it's amazing how dirty it all is. But again, I sort of love it for that. It feels old, dangerous in its own way. How many times have I driven down Powell, Hawthorne, Belmont, Stark, Burnside, Gleason, 82nd Street, looked into the packed food cart joints, seen the dispensaries, the strip clubs, the sex clubs, been to the Powell's bookstores, each one with its own unique energy, purchased the cheap sushi from Fred Meyer's. As much as I hate to admit it sometimes, I am part of the city now, even when I long to get away to the countryside, up into the mountains or gorge, away from it all to commune with the elves and Bigfoot. I have seen into the heart of the city, its deranged, beautiful green heart. I have berry-picked at Savi's Island. I have bar-hopped on Northwest 23rd. I have sang karaoke at a cheap Chinese restaurant on Sandy, eaten spicy tots at a dozen McMinimans, lived in the basement next door to an early century firehouse on Belmont. I've been to the Potter's Field at the Lone Fir Cemetery, where they buried the mentally ill without gravestones, and I have wandered the mostly forgotten underpassages of the Shanghai tunnels between drinks of specialty beer. I love this deranged lunatic city, a dreamscape of the people who choose to call this place home, a strange make-believe kingdom of roses and strip clubs and unshaven armpits. Here's to you, Portland, sincerely, from the bottom of my own heart. You are a poem which is hard to let go, a muddy river filled with gems, a city which glows in the night through the forests and mountains and moldy air. Here's to you, my Portland, my city, my twisted metal heart. Here's to you.